Well, that's right. I've admitted it. I've come clean. I was an outlaw hunter, but I quit in 1983 when they changed the law. Wasn't worth going to jail for, but that's how we used to get our meat. You know, King Ranch owned everything down there. If it wasn't the King, it's the Kennedy or Tom East and all the rest of the dang big places. And there just ain't no public land in Texas. Now, you people that live in those great states up there in the mountains, you can just go out and go hunting dang near anywhere. But it ain't so in Texas. 96% of the dang state is privately owned. And most of those people that own those big hunks of land, well, they own land in other places too, other states, other countries. And in 1983, when they did what they done, they said those deer belong to the landowner. Well, it's all rigged. All you got to do is follow the damn money. Them fellas down there on them big ranches with those fancy Santa Gertrudis breeds, them fancy beef masters, all developed right there in the wild horse desert. Well, they ain't worth a damn. They got too damn much Brahma in them, and they won't grade choice. And rather than try to be ranchers, they just changed the law and said, well, hell, we'll farm deer instead. And that's what they do. They keep just enough cattle where they can maintain their livestock tax deduction. And then they sell them rich people deer to hunt. Oh, and they got some big names out there. Jerry Jones got 100,000 acres. And Peter Holt owns the Spurs. He's got 50,000 acres. You know, if you got big money, you can hunt them deer. And those deer on a King Ranch, at least they're still real. Now, those ones where Captain High Fence has got, well, he throws them high fence up, and then they pump them full of steroids and every kind of food you can think of and make them crazy-ass horns grow like they do. Well, I can tell you right now, I've been hunting 50 years, and they ain't natural. And I can't imagine somebody wanting one of them damn things on their wall. They look extraterrestrial to me. But whatever people want, that's fine with me. I don't care. If you're willing to pay $15,000, $20,000 to go shoot a pen-raised quail that will come to the dang truck when you drive in there because he knows he's going to get fed and you call that hunting, well, crap. I know better than that. Now, we were outlaws because if you look at them maps, there ain't no land around there to hunt except them big ranches. And back in the day, you know, when I started 1972 up to 1983, you know, it was a joke. $100 fine, maybe, if they caught you. I didn't care about the damn money. I didn't want to get caught. And I'm proud as hell to say now that we've lost Fred Hornsby, he's passed on. I'm the only one that's ever killed a significant number of deer, and they never laid a glove on me. Yeah, Parks and Recreation ain't that tough. Well, I'm sorry, Parks and Wildlife, same difference. See, people don't understand this. You got all that land out in them western states, and you can go out there and hunt and just be like it's meant to be. You know, follow that DNA spirit inside of us that makes us hunt and gather. In Texas, you can't do that. Not unless you got lots of money and you prefer to sit in a box looking at a feeder, throwing feed every 30, 40 minutes to bring the deer in. Crap. Believe me, jumping a fence with a set of rattling horns and a rifle and rattling you up a big old buck and the whole time you got to look over your shoulder, that's a hell of a lot more fun than sitting in that damn box. I promise you, your adrenaline level's way up here. And yeah, we did it. We did it because that's the only way we could get our meat. And since it wasn't nothing but a damn game after all, we just decided to hell with it, and we did it. And I wasn't the only one, man. It was a way of life, those folks down there. Everybody got their meat that way. And the ones that couldn't, hell, we go get it for them. There's a lot of people in South Texas that know that the history in that book right there is not for them because they know that history and they know it's true. But I had to put them maps in there. I had to tell a little history for people that live out of Texas. Hell, even North Texas people don't know what's going on in South Texas. But if you look at the map, you'll see they pretty much got everything. And that's what they planned on doing. In 1983, when they changed that law, they took the ownership of the deer that used to belong to the citizens, and they gave them to the landowner, wherever it's standing. That's who owned it. Now, that's including the birds flying over the air. Yeah, they own them too. The landowner. Well, it was real convenient for them because it's all tied back in to their sorry-ass cattle business. You know, they've got these two magnificent breeds everybody talks about, but you knock them in the head, jerk the hide off of them, and they won't grade choice. It's just simple as that. And you can fix it, but they don't give a damn about cowboying anymore, getting out there and working them cattle. Get them red Santa Gertrudis out there, and about this time of year, you just want to put some Angus bulls in there and let them cover everything you got in the pasture. That first calf crop is going to be a hell of a lot better. You think they do that? Nah. Because there's no money in it. There's money in deer hunting. And rich people paying fortunes just to go out there to privilege to blow a hole in some damn deer. Hell, all we want to do is get some meat. It's a crazy thing that we've come to in this world. But you know, I don't know why they even call it a ranch anymore. Because that's the farthest thing from ranching there is. I drove completely around Santa Gertrudis just a couple weeks ago when I went to see my mama. And that's a lot of road and a lot of King Ranch. And you know, I never saw one of their cows. Not one. Not one. I've never done that in my whole life. Have I ever gone completely around the Santa Gertrudis division and never saw a red Santa Gertrudis? Well, it's intuitively obvious that they're not in the cattle business anymore. You know, they maintain just enough of those red Santa Gertrudis so they can get their livestock tax deduction. Oh, hell yeah. And then stick it into those guys that are willing to pay that fortune to go kill a white-tailed deer. Man, you'd be money ahead just going to the grocery store and buying some good Angus beef. And it's not that they can't do it. Look at the greatest hurdler that ever played from Texas. Yeah, Nolan Ryan. Man, and look at his business. Hell, you go into the damn grocery store and it says Nolan Ryan Angus choice beef. And guess what? He grows that in Texas. So I guess it can be done. And the fact that they're not doing it and they still got damn near 900,000 acres, well, that tells me they're not in the cattle business. They just ain't in it. And I tell you, we'll get down there into this deeper. I might even have somebody come up and talk to me about it because I'm not in the beef industry, but I know people that are. And it is a crying shame that the greatest ranching state in the whole nation, Texas, the biggest ranch of them all, they ain't even in the cattle business. Hell, they sell turf grass. It's grown in Florida. They're starting to grow it in Texas. They make more money off their sod grass than they do off beef cattle in the biggest ranch in Texas. Well, kiss my extremo. Like I said, if you want to hear my stories, and I got some good ones, they started way before my time. These guys are all gone. And they played that game just like I did. They're the ones that taught me that game. And their stories are right here in this book. And you just need to order your copy and enjoy it. I guarantee you, when you get through with it, that book right there is going to be the most famous hunting camp shithouse book ever written. There ought to be one in every hunting camp in the United States. I'm going to talk some more about them cattle one of these next podcasts, just so you be sure and you like my page, subscribe to it, and I'm going to start bringing some people in here, and we're going to tell you a thing or two about it. Probably going to make some folks a little bit unhappy. Sorry.